Okay, what's up guys? Welcome to my damage tent / penguin tent minigame guide. Let's get to it. First off, let's talk about how to get there. Basically, it's at home, nice and easy. You're going to go north a little bit, and you're going to see this tent. You're just going to walk right through it. In the tent, you're going to see 3 penguins and a dude. The guy is the shop. We'll get into that later. And basically, to start off, just start attacking the penguins. Now, once you start attacking these penguins, you're going to see a little thing pop up in the chat that says something like your multiplier is 0% and you're getting blank amount of tokens. Now the multiplier works like this. It is your damage plus the multiplier times 10. So that basically means if you're hitting a 500 with a 1% multiplier, you would hit 510. Now how you get tokens is pretty much 3 times the amount that you would hit. Now that's a pretty easy equation to figure out. Just because you hit a 500, you'd get 1,500 tokens. Okay guys, now we're going to go into the gear setups for the best and basically cheapest ways to set up your gear. Now this is the pro setup. This is going to cost you around 70 bill plus for Demon Horn boots, tier 4 dems, light whip, and assassins. This is not for your average player. This is for your player who is already very wealthy and can afford to spend a shitload of money on getting the best setup that person can get. With 180/171 strength, you can't get better than this. It is the best setup. Okay, now let's get into what's best for your money. Now this has the Stadius helm, the upgrade bandos. Comp cape can be switched out for 90 cape or even the cow, or the Tarkut cow basically. But you have to have the light whip. Light whip is a necessity for this, for your best of your money. This is going to cost you 21 billish. If you can throw in demonics tier 4 or any demonics, that is great. But this is the best for your money. This will get you the best output for not spending over 20 bill. Okay guys, now let's get into your welfare gear setup. Now this is if you can't afford the light whips, you can't afford the really good stuff. Now if you can't really afford a light whip, penguins can be very difficult to really get a really high multiplier, or even make enough tokens to be able to afford to buy a really high multiplier. So the Herok is a very good way to offset it, especially if you get low hit point. You can bang out 500s, 800s, 1Ks, 3Ks at a moderately low multiplier. Personally, I always had the luxury of using a light whip, but this is a great way to be able to have not a lot of money. You can use this even without all the steadfast boots and all that stuff, and it's costing you 10 mil and you're getting a good output for your money. Okay, now still going on the subject of armor. This is a list of basically of all the weapons that you could use for penguins. You've got a light whip at the top, brutal, chaotic rapier, and then Herok. There's a lot of other little things that you can use, but personally I believe this is what you should really be using. I really wouldn't recommend using a very slow weapon other than Herok to go to penguins. Personally, I would only use light whip or Herok, but other people like to offset it. Now, the light whip, if light rapiers, mauls, and all that come out, you can easily interchange that, and with the light whip, any light weapon would really come in handy. Now let's get into the cape part of what you can wear. Now, at the top, you always got your demonics tier 4, and then your angelics tier 4, and then the angelics lose their basically melee capability, and you got your demonics, then you got your actual 90 and 80 chaos cape are better than the Tarkut Cal or the Kiln cape. Then you actually got the 70, 60, 50 chaos capes, and then the comp cape, and then it just goes downhill from there. The best cape you can get will input the best damage that you can, which means the more tokens, which means the less time you spend there. So, you know, the better you can get, the better output you will be. Now, lucky for the cape spot at the least, 90 chaos cape is free. If you can get a 90 kill streak, you're using one of the best capes in the game. It might be, honestly, it might be better than Dynamics 1 or 2. I just don't actually own a pair, or could not find a pair to actually get the stats to actually know whether it was or not, which is my problem. I'm sorry for that, but it's still rare to have a 90 chaos cape. But this is the best thing you can use. You know, find an equilibrium with your money to the basically capes that you can use. So right here we got basically the best armor setups in order from you can use. Now, basically, this is for light whips only. If you're only using the Herok, there's only the certain stuff that you can use, which is steadfast, You know, the best boots, it's really generic unless you're going spending 5 bill on Primo boots or 20 bill on Demon Horn boots, which frankly, if you can afford that, you're pretty close to be able to get a light whip, and you should just buy that. Now at the top you got your assassins, then you got your upgrade bandos slash Stadius or the Torva helm. Personally, I think the Stadius helm is better. It has more slash, just I think maybe 1 less strength or equal amount of strength. It's actually cheaper too, so that's probably better. Then you got your Stadius slash Vesta, which is actually better than Torva, which many of you might have not known. Then you got your Gano, your Bandos, and Daharak, and then Void. Basically, anything that's you can get that's not Rune is better than just using Rune. If you can get full Void, use full Void. If you can get Daharak, use full Daharak. It is better than just using Rune Plate, Rune Legs, Nezium. Now, if you don't got a lot and you can't afford full Void, they get maybe Daharak, like Plate and Legs, and then use a Nezium, because that will be better than just using Rune. Nezium is usable, but what is not usable is Rune. Make sure you don't use Rune. It will help you tremendously in the long run. Okay guys, this is the damage token shop. Pretty self-explanatory. It has full primal in it. Each piece is worth 400 mil tokens. At the moment, each primal piece goes for around 5 to 10 bill each. I really wouldn't recommend buying damage tokens yet, as the fact that you can sell damage tokens for 100 GP each, and each primal piece, you know, you're spending basically 40 bill for something that's worth 10 to 5 bill. So I wouldn't recommend buying primal pieces yet till they go down, and if you're watching this a couple months from now and the prices are different, you can probably decide on your own how to actually spend your own damage tokens. I'm just giving recommendations as what I think they should be done with. Now, a little tip that people might not know of is that if you have a 100 multiplier or above, this is really strongly, you would want to have 100 or above. If you use dragon darts or rune knives, it is as fast as, or maybe a little bit slower than using a light whip, and that would be so great if you can't afford to get a light whip, which is at the moment 20 bill, which is ridiculously expensive. Using this is a great alternative to get tokens very fast. Now, the reason I'm saying to use a really high multiplier is that hitting rapid 34s is not very good. But if you have a 100 multiplier, that means you're hitting at least 1Ks. And, you know, rapid 1Ks is fantastic compared to rapid 34s. I think that's actually it, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for listening. Have a nice day.